entertainment, it's my pleasure to introduce to you hell's latest arrival, the equal opportunity killer, Alastor. Hello, it's nice to meet you. Can you tell me where I am? I don't know how I got here, but I think I'm starting to understand. I don't belong among the angels, and darling, that's just fine with me. The things I did up there were high school, but now I'm going for my degree. Hey, sorry, but you just got in my way. I promise, honey, I can feel your pain, and maybe I enjoy it just a little bit. Does that make me insane? I haven't been the same since I expired, but that doesn't mean that I plan to retire. And now I have the power to bathe all of you in entertaining fire. Da, 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 wait a minute, do I know you? Weren't you an old pal of mine? Departed from us far too early, but now we're meeting a second time. We used to have such fun together, and maybe you have what I need. But first I have one tiny question. Tell me, do you demons bleed? Hey, sorry, but you just got in my way. I promise, honey, I can feel your pain, and maybe I enjoy it just a little bit. Does that make me insane? Haven't been the same since I expired, but that doesn't mean that I plan to retire. And now I have the power to bathe all of you in entertaining fire. Da, 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 da. You just got in my way. I promise, honey, I can feel your pain, and maybe I enjoy it just a little bit. Does that make me insane? Haven't been the same since I expired. That doesn't mean that I plan to retire. And now we have the power to bathe all of you in entertaining fire. Sorry, but you just got in my way. I promise, honey, I can feel your pain, and maybe I enjoy it just a little bit. Does that make me insane?
Disappointment takes us by surprise. We don't know, but now I think we should have realized everyone is There must be something in the cornflakes, making it hard for us to think straight. I just wanna go from here, close my eyes and disappear, disappear. I just wanna be the comic relief, making jokes, not taking any responsibility. Knock, knock, it's waking up inside of the dream. You don't know what to believe. Oh, maybe that's why disappointment takes us by surprise. Even though by now I think we should have realized everyone is Everyone is
there for me, filling out papers, signing waivers, but I stand outside its reach. I name your mother and your father and the first pet that you keep. I know your favorite place to dine at when your check comes in each week. I know you do your wash on Sundays and you separate your whites and that your car needs a new tire. Cause last week I laid those spikes. I've got a million Polaroids with all the dates pen in red ink. I sneak a walkie-talkie in your room to listen to you sleep. You just don't know it yet, but you love me and I love you the same. One day we'll have a pretty wedding and I'll be your everything. We'll be together, yes, forever. We will never ever part. Oh, you don't know it yet, but baby, I've already got your heart.
Some call it stalking, I say walking, just extremely close behind. I'm sure if I sat down and asked you, well, you really wouldn't mind. You've got those eyes that drive me crazy, and I've got eyes to watch you sleep. I bought a packed lunch and some coffee for my sneak out in your tree outside your house. Gotta be as quiet as a mouse, or else you'll call the police and I'll get done for something stupid like disturbance of the peace. And piece by piece I am collecting all the things you leave behind, and when you don't I rummage through your bins to see what I can find.
You just don't know it yet, but you love me and I love you the same. One day we'll have a pretty wedding and I'll be your everything. We'll be together, yes, forever. We will never ever part. Oh, you don't know it yet, but baby, I've already got your heart. You just don't know it yet, but you love me and I love you the same. One day we'll have a pretty wedding and I'll be your everything. We'll be together.
So I heard you're back in town and haven't changed a bit, man. You get off talking down to the little man. Time you get what you deserve. Wow, you're so fucking stupid. Been a while since my head was this polluted.
Hi, chat.
Lucky I know.
Sorry for the slightly longer starting soon. But yeah, Stellaria's playlist is now like 3 hours long. So it's a time. Alright. Off to Hemwick. Oh, I feel a sneeze coming.
You be safe in there.
I don't see why I wouldn't be. But alright.
Good to see you.
Hello. Was I seeing right with that being Jasmine upstairs?
Yes.
Alright, I think I'll make my way up there then.
As will I. I figure I need to check on her.
Well, Jasmine's already here. So probably not. Let it be known, chat. I was given permission to spectate the private talk between Aiden and Galdir that will be happening after the Hemwick lobby. Which means you all get to see what... I think she just walked down. I think I just saw her walk away. Yeah, she's down there in the cathedral portion.
Seems we missed her then.
She's coming back up
dear.
here.
Oh, yeah.
Just wanted to check, is everything alright? After that evening
Yeah.
we spoke on the phone, I got rather
concerned messages.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm taking medication. I'm pretty good right now, so.
Mm.
It's not the first time that's happened.
New wardrobe? I'm loving the accessories. I wonder where you got that from.
Yeah. I was told it was bought out of spite, and I don't know why.
Huh. Well, it looks very good on you. And do let your hair down more often. It looks lovely.
Thank you, I appreciate
Would
that.
you excuse me? I have a guest waiting for me. Natalia.
Sure.
Mm.
Bye.
Gilda's here and Jason is making her way up here, so.
I was wondering why you didn't come with an escort.
I normally don't need to come with an escort to most places. Well, at Meat Rack I tend to need an escort, but being at a place like this, I don't need to have one often. People know better.
You didn't see me
I'm
pointing
glad
at you.
feel safe in our company.
That just happened. I just saw
I was
that.
pointing at both him and you. Hi!
Hello.
I think that's the one I was afraid was going to step on me when I first saw him. Them? Yes. Them? I'm confused. Pronouns, yo. Anyway. It's
Oh boy.
him?
Here comes that boy. Oh shit, what up?
Hello.
Good to see you. And it's good to see that you're finally awake.
Yeah, getting better sleep. I say as you gestured over here, and I'm totally not gonna pass out on one of these. Definitely not. They're comfy. I can't help it.
Oh, I was about to say, is there chloroform in the couches? Because I'm not sitting on one if they're...
They're just comfy.
Oh, I thought that was the trap. Okay. You never know.
That would be a really dumb trap. I guess, but something like that doesn't seem like a very good idea if you're doing it in a public office. And it's not something that
That is
Jonas
what I
would
worried
do.
about last time.
Oh yeah, no. It was just I wasn't getting much sleep. That's all. I'm okay now, though.
Right. It's good to hear. Although, still a case of worry if you are falling asleep here.
Yeah, I've just been having some issues lately, but... Medication!
As an alchemist, I approve.
Can I help you with something? No. Okay.
He's just standing there. Slightly menacingly.
You look like the sleep paralysis demon.
No, mine's scarier.
Sleep paralysis demon. You know.
Don't compare me to an infernal
They're what?
demon.
Yeah.
Oh, no. It's not an actual demon. That's just what people call them. They're just hallucinations.
Do not compare me to a hallucination. How about that?
Okay, that's fair.
They could be real, you don't know.
If they were real, one probably would have killed me by now.
Depending on the plane you are in. You just don't realize it due to your perception.
Yes, it's all a matter of perception. Makes sense.
Now I'm saying that those people that say they see dead people, some of them probably do. That kid that's afraid of that monster on the ceiling, there's probably a monster there.
The TV show, the movie, or the other TV show? About seeing dead
Killdeer,
people.
I take medication for a reason, and you're making it worse.
If medication makes it go away, then it's a byproduct of your mind.
Okay. That makes me feel
If
better.
it doesn't go away,
Or the real.
it's external.
That's fair.
Or the medication hides them from your vision. And they actually are real. Just putting that out there.
A bit of a daunting
Kind of
thought.
conspiracy theory.
Annoying.
There were times I had to undergo sensory deprivation. Training almost. I see dead people. Not joking.
I didn't think you were, to be honest.
But not in the sense of ghosts walking around or what have you, but sometimes it would get loud with them talking. Over, what's that word? Over, it's
Stimulated.
too much. Yeah. Sometimes I can't hear the conversation we could be having. It's gotten much better in my later years, but early days around Zafira for myself, it's talking to a wall. I can't hear you through the volume. So you're on medication.
Oh yeah, no, I always do. I set timers and everything. Oh, what for? I thought you were saying remember to take your medication. ADHD, autism, what's the word? Maybe a little schizophrenia, because sometimes I do see and hear things that aren't really there, and sometimes I have episodes, but...
This may sound warped, but let me roll with it for a bit. Back in my day, I know that's a loaded phrase, but before the antlers, people that were like that were seen and feared in the same respect. Some were seen as seers, those that can see the unseen. They're the ones that could handle the unexplainable. Others feared it. They thought they were weirdos, creeps, possessed even. Depends. My sister was one of those. And now with what I am now, I kind of know that with her it wasn't as something else. Due to our states of being. I just find it interesting that these days that there are means to alleviate. A lot of people would probably try sacrificing those that could see things that aren't there. They're seen as valuable, as a sacrifice. An offering. These are old ways I'm speaking of. Very old. I try not to speak of them due to how dated they are. They, lack that, sense that you would have to, not really converse about it. Can't openly just talk about, oh, yeah, if you weren't on your meds, we would sacrifice you. That sounds a little bad.
A little bit.
Just a little, yeah. But it's not as, what are the words I'm looking for? Socially acceptable or understood. Not as, received or interpreted. I led this a weird path. I apologize.
No, it's fine. It's interesting.
Take your medication or you'll be sacrificed. I heard. That's all I heard.
Nah, they don't do that these days. At least I don't think.
I hope not.
And there's probably some realm or some place that they still do.
God.
Think about it. There's how everything is. Well, I'm waiting to hear the whooshing of Jonas appearing next to us saying that this is a nexus, like he does.
He's sitting over there in that room.
He's in a meeting
I
right
know.
now, so we're in the clear for that.
But, so many realms, so many planes. It's a possibility. It's never zero for the chance. Don't get me started on timelines. That gets messy. Let's not do that.
I believe in true context that you and Jonas would have a very long talk about it.
Our talks have lasted at least 4 or 5 of these office openings. And we're not even nearly scraping the surface.
When he
That's
is
a lot of
interested,
time.
he is very interested.
Wait, timelines. Didn't I tell you about the anomalies? So, I met someone named Sarah, at a place called Redstone. She's a netrunner. And she and I kind of got talking about tech stuff. Apparently they're dealing with spatial anomalies right now. Where they will see an alternate reality play out before them, but they can't interact with it. And apparently sometimes when this happens, a rift opens, or like a crack in the surface, so to speak. I killed one of them the other day.
The people
'Cause one of the
studying them or the anomaly itself?
Oh, they're not studying them. It's against their will. It's just playing out in front of them. They can't do anything about it. But yeah, no, one of the creatures came out and started attacking everybody. And then more came out. And then I shot one of them in its projector head, and then it flopped over and died. And I said, take that, bitch.
Not gonna piss you off ever.
Probably a good decision.
I get those every
But it
once
was
in a while.
it was interesting because the first time it happened, I wasn't there, but I was told that it happened, and then I went to go talk to her again, and apparently someone started walking around, and she stopped and pointed at them and said, "They're not supposed to be here." And I'm like, "What do you mean? Are they banned?" And she's like, "No, that's an alternate reality playing out right now." And I'm just like, "Oh, okay, fun." And then fog rolled in, and I went, "Oh shit, okay, well, time to get my helmet on." The problem was though is that they kept
Why do Willow and Jasmine
they didn't really
always
want me
find
to get
themselves
involved in the
these sorts
fight,
of
but they also didn't have a lot of long range people. I was the only one with a gun. So
Doesn't
they
make
kind
sense
of
to
told me, like, okay, we really don't want you interfering with the fight, but you're the only one with a gun. Press your back against this door, and if you don't think you can handle it, just fucking shove yourself in, and then just shut the door. And I'm like, okay, I can do that. So I kind of just stood there with the, my back to the door, holding the gun, just like, do-do-do-do-do. None of them got near me except for that one, but that was only because, it was fighting someone that had a shield up and was trying to push it away, and I had a perfect shot, so I just shot at it.
Why are you two
They told me aim for the head, and I'm like, okay, there's the head, bam.
Good job casting gun.
And Jasmine, do you have any formal training for using your firearms?
Formal train? What do you mean by formal training? I've had training, I just don't know what you mean by formal.
Anyone running drills or how to properly conduct yourself so you don't get hurt?
Not necessarily drills. I just had Charles and Mom and Nikki show me.
Oh, alright. Well, if you feel like you need more, feel free to reach out.
Mm.
And to answer your question, I won
I'll keep it here.
in 12.
Good
Do you
job.
play?
At one time, however, the rules are vastly different in my world. So I'd had to relearn for this particular game.
Not really. It's just like Jasmine was going over the anomaly thing, and Stellaria was just like, "Why?"
Oh, you're being taken.
I noticed because of the number of pawns.
It's just like, why do you and Willow always get involved with stuff?
Sure thing.
It'll only be a minute. Standard set.
Yes, but mine's Dragon's Egg. This, I believe, is chess, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Not something I'm against learning, of course, in time. I doubt it would take me long to pick it up, so long as they're somewhat familiar.
Like, Stellaria doesn't really have much to talk about.
True.
Although I don't think that the
She
pieces
really
are gonna
doesn't
start
have
killing
much
each
going
other
on
the
in her
moment they
life.
You ever heard of an outsider?
No.
I hope not. At least in this case.
They're beings made out of essences of two
They do
different
remind me of
planets.
many of the pieces used for also defenses and magics.
So, like, is it just when two planes meet and just kind of go, or...
Can be learned through games like
Normally it's when a creature or a person gets to a
It's very much a
higher or lower level of spiritual existence normally. But there's exceptions.
Although, if you want
But
to
everything has to do with
I'm always down to learn.
it involves planes. Anomalies, aberrations. It, yeah.
Hmm.
It involves planes. Anomalies, aberrations. It, yeah.
Hmm.
It involves planes. Anomalies, aberrations. It, yeah. 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 It involves planes. Anomalies, aberrations. It For instance, question, do you think star children could be seen as outsiders?
You have lots of different kinds. Do you know what any of the pieces?
Yes and no.
Originate from the material plane.
At the start, they can move forward.
I showed up in this realm. I formed in this realm, so I'm not an outsider.
The human names for these always.
But
your origin is from.
One, your bishop, your knight. No, sorry, that's a rook.
That's the thing about star children. A star child's origin is wherever they formed.
Your king, your queen.
Your queen. Your horse.
So my origin is this realm.
Horse, not the knight.
As for like, I don't know. Nobody's ever told me.
You don't have an answer for. I think only Quantus can answer that.
I don't know where star children originally came from. Nobody ever told me.
I mean, if you want, I would.
I think I might know.
You're the only person who ever told me anything about
Requires less
myself.
thinking and tactics, although that is
Oh,
more
I thought you
style.
loved that. There we go. I knew about that. And that is not something I mind whatsoever, and in fact enjoy. But I don't think I have the time to just learn about every individual strategy for this just yet.
There's an aspect known
I
as
think I would
native
have faced you to
outsiders.
have a grasp
Who
of the
sound
mechanics.
contradicting. Since there are
Hmm?
2 planes. The native
Don't
part
let
is
me get a handle of that now. The last time
so
I
you
was
originate on the
basically
material,
two-shotted.
you transcend. But then you return to the material. You're a native outsider.
Goodbye.
Apologies.
Hello.
Real quick.
His people need it.
Not sure what came of me there.
I think you were transcending.
You were
as
just
you were
showing
speaking
an
of
example.
transcending. Yeah, exactly.
I did not
People needed
transcend.
you.
I was trying to do it earlier. Thank you for showing me how.
Boy, I fucking love you.
I think transcending would kill me. I'm not sure.
We don't want that to happen.
I, for one, don't want to find out.
I'd be curious. Would it be actual death? Or would I just lose my physical form?
A worrying
There's
thought.
many questions, but it's hard to get the answers. Or I should not say hard, but there's no good way going about it.
So if you die in this realm, do you go to the place in this realm where people go?
Oh, hello
Or
there.
you go back home?
I go elsewhere. I have something that functions akin to a phylactery.
I didn't expect familiar
Oh,
faces
I mean-
out in a place today. But it is a
If
pleasure,
you don't have a
as
phylactery,
usual.
like,
I don't know where I'd go.
Taking care of you, sir.
Yes, I am taking care of myself. Thank you for asking.
Most likely oblivion.
Yes. What's your name? I don't think I ever asked.
That's the safest answer.
If I did, I'm sorry. I forgot.
But the real answer is we do not know.
that's true.
Viva. Asha. Pleasure to meet you.
If it's the same Oblivion I'm thinking about, that would suck.
It's not.
Okay.
Your mind at the video games.
Do give me just a second.
Princess.
There'd be portals everywhere. Everywhere.
I
Really
went through
hope it's
an
not the one I
oblivion
think
game
of either.
before.
Wait, what? Really?
2 times.
So, what is it you've been doing around here?
Oh, Jesus.
Having at least a good time, relaxing.
Do not suggest it.
Just got
Yeah, well, yeah,
too
no, I
cold.
wouldn't. Holy shit.
I heard about this
Quiet
place.
This
Not
is
just,
eerie.
I didn't.
I can look around.
Wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, chat. Stell's never really had someone
Going through an Oblivion
100%
gate.
in her corner.
Wait, but
So,
How?
What about
What would
you?
happen if you
In
licked
here
one
for
of those?
business?
We had one of them
Okay.
with us.
Everyone
Okay, I was gonna say, how is
always
that possible?
had
Because
someone that
unless
they
I'm
would
getting the lore wrong, they
prioritize
should have all been
over Stellaria.
disconnected.
So, for example, every single time, if it was Stellaria versus somebody else, and a person had to pick,
Yeah, I guess so.
Stellaria would have never been the choice.
Was destroyed.
I believe
And once
it's the
that
handsome
war
man
ended,
standing
the
behind
Earth
me,
encountered,
potentially.
we've destroyed.
Because in the game Skyrim, a lot of them were torn down after the Oblivion Crisis.
Allow me to turn and actually make a proper greeting.
So, no, she doesn't.
Miss?
She doesn't think
You may
Malleus
call
is
me
100%
Devlin
in her
If you
corner.
don't mind it, I know I'm speaking obvious, but you're more,
A pleasure.
divine in nature, are you not?
Mine. And who's your
I
dear
am.
friend here?
How would you describe your divinity?
Acquaintance. I'd actually just had to reintroduce myself, so
Pardon me, I'm getting a call.
for the most part.
Under whom I serve.
Oh, of course. Take your time.
In what
Yes,
regards?
what is the matter?
I ask at the thought.
Down here?
Let me explain a bit of a curiosity I have.
I'm already making introductions. I'll be a few moments. I see them.
I am familiar with many shamanistic gods.
What is that?
Would you consider those divine?
Under most religions that I've seen upon the mortal planes,
Fine, fine.
Most
I
of
see your
the
little friend, whoever that is. I'll be there.
Christian beliefs align, although wavering in some aspects.
Sorry, apparently I
It
am
is
quite
the most similar.
Oh, please. Don't stop your business
You
on my
always are.
account if you need to.
Not at all. They did not make an appointment, and I found you.
Been wanting to do some research on it. An example would be,
A proper introduction, mostly of contacts, if anything.
is,
You are somebody that
I'm
I
not going to
simply
use
needed to
Baldur
meet.
as an example.
And I have potential opportunities, especially considering I'm going to be
closest to
serving
home.
alongside Tiberius from the foreseeable future.
He was the perfect one. For example, for
Interesting.
you're
You two
god of the sea, king of the vine, you're gods of fertility.
We're amongst the same business,
But
and
that
we're certainly
constitutes as
track at the
divine,
start,
in your opinion.
specifically, for the most part, the lower section. Beyond that, though,
I'm not quite sure myself.
Self-doing in that wallowing pit.
Just from speaking with Mr. Henwick alone, I've learned of
potential opportunities of my own.
planes that I had never
I have
heard
things that I
of
want
before.
done, and there's no shortage of people willing to do that.
Multiple gods
But
may
also
exist
minding
on
my own
one
fun
plane,
business.
although differing in power.
Closing distance, you can
Divinity truly only depends on their worship.
No, that's what I'm hoping for. But
A
beyond that,
god
I'm
with
going
no
to actually be
power is no
serving as
god.
a second-tier suit upon his ship.
And a god with too much is a tyrant.
Is that so? Should I be speaking with you then?
Some would argue that the god is merely just a title, bestowed upon a powerful being.
I suppose that'll be up entirely to
It
him
is
at
only
this
based
point,
on
whether how much he wishes to discuss
who
or whether or not it's a
worships them.
sit-down conversation. As for
The
me,
title may
I
vary, but
simply wanted to put a
God is
potential
a
partner in the face and
standard.
The perspective of the followers, would you say?
I'm sure you will not be found wanting.
Yes.
Well,
You
that's always the
can
hope.
call anybody a god.
I have potential jobs and future opportunities, and there's no
Truthfully,
shortage
you
of
could
them
call a
coming from
king a
you.
god, and would that make it true? In some senses, yes.
Looks like we're going to have to pick up the pace.
Baldwin would probably disagree with how he acted, but yet some described him as such.
Might you be?
But it does not always make it right.
I am Asha Nicholas. Pleasure to meet you.
Some say that the fall
So many lovely faces.
akin to propaganda, especially when it's a king. You're at war with someone known as the God King. That doesn't sound good for your odds. To a third
Could
party.
either. In that
At some
context,
point,
it
if it would be
Could
appropriate?
either be
To have a sit-down
a
conversation
boast
between the
of
three of
power
us, if
or
it could ever be scheduled.
a lie.
I have a moment
Either
of
way,
free time,
gloating
but
is
tell you what, I'm gonna introduce myself to Vita's little
obvious.
friend down there. How about the three of you go ahead and make yourself comfortable in these seating arrangements just over yonder, and I'll be with you in a few moments. Is that
Apologies for the,
Of course.
prodding a bit.
lovely? I will see you then, dear.
It's
I don't get to talk to many, individuals of your stature. No offense.
They done?
Would you like?
It is seen that most don't. I do not mind the questions.
After you.
Being honest, there's a bit of a prejudice, I would say.
That I have seen. For
Oh, goodness.
celestials and religious in both aspects.
Sadly, I've done in a number of celestials myself. Found myself on wrong end of business. Sadly.
I apologize.
Being frank, I think it was my contractor's fault in that regard. I was just the tool.
But it is true in aspects that I see more fiends than my own here. It is odd.
Think your own may be fearful to come here due to, for a time there was much hate against anything remotely divine or holy. Not
I
fear, but
speak truthfully. I believe it is more of my kind to not be fearful, but who have either given up or lost interest.
waste of time, resources.
Sadly. And
That is
this
understandable.
sin has been plundered into this world so hard. It is hard to fix it. Truthfully, I do wish that I could do more
She
than what I am doing
is
now.
100%
to help.
in Malleus's corner,
Change the world.
and that's it. No one else is
Like the
100%.
song?
No.
Not the song.
Or at least those
Yeah, the
around you.
phenomenon.
Actually, correction. She is 100% in Malleus's corner, and the only other person she's 100% in the corner of is
suppose.
herself. If it comes down to her picking herself or someone else, she will pick herself. If it comes down to her picking between Aiden and herself, she will pick
The
herself.
moral of it is I do not mean to discredit that. I, admire your...
The only time she will pick someone else is if it's between her and Malleus. She will pick Malleus.
Mr.
But
Hamlet
every
is
other
full of
time-
ambition.
She will pick herself.
I agree with that.
He gestures that I may have too much.
Let me tell you this story. And maybe you can decide a bit for yourself. And if you are or not. I used to conduct trainings for a guild. Not combat. I helped some with it, but I would put them through a scenario. I would construct an environment for them to go through and experience something. And normally what that would throw these adventurers through was an environment full of people they cannot save.
I was a player character for this.
Most of them had the ambition to be a hero and to save everyone.
I
They can with everyone they meet.
was a player character on this mission.
Frank,
This was
I'd rather see them alive with a shattered dream
this was
than dead.
one of, to this day, 5 years later, like 4 or 5 years later, what he is talking about is like one of my favorite missions.
I would throw them through locations of famine or disease or dilapidated war zone. It would experience those that have fallen. Not to scare them, but to show them an inevitability of, even with that ambition, there will still be those that they just cannot. They are only what they are. They are not omnipotent or omnipresent. Do you wish to be of that capacity? If it means you can, do what you hope to do.
When I first met Mr. Hemwick, he showed me similar things. Worlds collapsed. The mortals destroying it by their own hand, or the world after it had been reclaimed. He showed me many things. Many of those that you spoke about. I do not worry about my own being. I feel that others have more reason. If I complete my reason, I accept it. Though...
Pardon the assumption, but aren't some, divine entities created with a purpose, a, directive, if you will?
Yes.
Is this your directive?
My directive was failed. I was repurposed. And that is what I am to do now.
Interesting. How did you and Mr. Hammett come to meet? Did you find him? Or was it the other way?
I cannot speak about that.
You're compelled, that is fine. Do not push yourself.
Damn.
I find it interesting that he has interest, that is all. Being frank, so do I. I don't have many conversations like this. Like I stated. Most Celestials view me as an abomination. It's kinda hard to get past that. I'm walking heresy to some of them.
Truthfully, you are not against my own being, or what I am to protect. You are nothing but a man in my eyes.
Don't hold me to such high regard.
You are a man that Mr. Hemwick holds to high regards. And that is what you shall stay.
There's no point having that camera on right now. You cannot see me. I'll do this instead.
Like, how extreme are we talking? 'Cause I'm kind of scared now.
I think I should elaborate a bit as to why ask my questions. I was human at the point. Was I originally human when I was first created? I don't have the answer for that. But the humanity was, you can tell, temporary. As most humanity is. But instead of dying, so to speak, moving on, transcending realms, what have you, I am what you see. I was feral creature almost for some time. Then, consciousness started returning over time. Can't tell you if it's days, weeks, months, or years. Was able to speak my mother tongue again. I was taken in by, out of all things, a dragon. Not to be part of their horde, but, they were fearful of being hunted. And they thought having a beastie such as myself around would keep them at bay. You're outfitted for dragon slaying, you're not outfitted to kill me. Being frank. Symbiotic, they helped me with common and, rehabilitation. I protected. Found my way into Zephyr after some time. Met my nowadays associates. Roderick and others. But, leads me to think of, was I mutated? Is this transcension? Is this damnation? It leads to a lot of questions, why I mentioned the outsider. I can traverse realms others cannot. I think Mr. Hamlet can as well, but most I meet cannot do it, to these realms that I am privy to. At least they never try or are fearful to, due to the residents knowing. I can slip by without them knowing. It's a bit of a smuggling gig, almost. But to possess such a capability, it leads to... I have some element of these residents to these realms, these planes. For me to enter without much repercussion, an aspect of them has to be with me. Therefore, if they identify as divine, I have an aspect of divinity with me. Not the same as yours, of course, but the sense of that, belief, that thought of, holding these beings in this regard.
Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the coven.
I'm not calling myself a god.
Welcome.
First and foremost, let's get that idea out the window.
I wouldn't believe that you were.
No. Well, I refer to myself as a beastie. Most of those residents call me that. The ones that are in good favor of me. They don't use my name. They call me a creature. A monster, an abomination. Frankly, I don't disagree. I don't like being called an abomination, personally. I think I'm pretty good looking for one, if anything. I can't really discuss this type of, not sure what to really call it. Matter of being.
In a very confusing sense, we are more alike than I gave you credit.
It gets murky when you start describing it. But was teaching people. And, those individuals were put next to, let's say, a paladin.
Taking it back
You couldn't tell much of the difference
Fair enough, fair enough.
in capabilities.
Here today, but you answered the question.
That's what led me to start asking questions.
Assignment a couple weeks ago, and I was kind of out of commission for a little bit, so I'm just, I don't know, hoping to touch base again if I can, but it seems like a lot of people are busy, so
I mean, if you simply want to get back to the swing of things, that's easy enough.
In your opinion, what do you think the difference between a shaman
You have our network.
and a paladin?
Wait in, well, the next listing that gets posted.
yeah.
There's no right
I'm
answer.
looking, I guess in general,
First and foremost, well, there's many, but
I don't mind the
there's
more
no
aggressive, but
true
I just wanna
answer. This is just
maybe not so aggressive as well at the same time.
I think we do have a few things in the works. I'd have to check it. Uriel would know better than I would on that.
In many senses, there are, but with direction, it is
Get jobs that are requiring the more
similar.
non-combative approach. So, if that suits your fancy,
I am unsure.
find something.
I think the difference is the perspective of
That
the,
probably would. I mean, the last time I was here,
I guess, the one in charge,
but it went well, but
the one they,
at the same time
look
for
to.
me, I guess. So I think
Oh,
I
they are
definitely
received.
take it
When you
easy
think of shamans, you
something a little more aggressive for a bit.
old gods,
Nothing
dead
wrong with it.
gods,
Like I said, we get jobs from all over.
bad
So if you
nature,
find something that fits your
fertility,
interests, by all means.
what have you. When you think paladin, you think holy, divine. It's almost like
I think I definitely
stereotypes.
That would be really cool to just have something else going.
Personally, I
try
think
to
it was
stick
almost
away
the same.
I'll have to see what pops up.
Stereotypes are in
I
most
know, like I
cases
said,
cruel.
I know we have things in the works, and there are definitely jobs
To
that are coming
focus
up.
on those
So,
while describing a large group is
No, for sure. I definitely appreciate
confusing.
of course.
It muddles the water.
The busy place today.
What do you think the difference is between a shaman and a paladin?
I like it when it's busy. Get to
Yeah,
hear fun
I do
things.
too.
You want an example of a shaman, a moon, and myself. Classify as shamans.
Perhaps the type
A
of magic
paladin
they
would be
use.
like that.
I know that just in the middle of a
Paladins tend to be
What's the
connected to the weave.
hoping that maybe I'll get a
Shamans
moment.
tend to use your type of magic.
Pretty sure you might.
That is a good example of a difference.
Yeah, for sure.
I do not possess mana channels nor a connection to the weave. But I can still perform magic. It's a different, source. It's tricky to describe. I can't tell if it's lay energy, belief. I don't have the answer, really. How it all works. I'm not privy to that. The residents of where I smuggle are privy to it. Why would they tell a lowly beastie like me?
I'm pretty new to this Metaverse place. Only been here for 2 months.
It is only a name that you are called.
Funny story. I was
Again, it doesn't always mean that it's true.
Oh, I'm aware
As
of
long
it.
as you do not consider it that.
I say to show where they position themselves. In the, rungs, so to speak, the, food chain, if you will. In that regard.
Why not prove them wrong?
Why?
Show them that you are not a creature but a man like them.
trying to like get out because I need
Going to tell you a story.
Kind of broke.
It'll show there's a bit of difficulty. And I get to hit you with a conspiracy theory.
I didn't really have anything on me when I.
Or at least, an interesting comparison. Have you ever heard of a goddess named Evun?
I gotta get a job.
Sorry, I've not.
She is a Vanir. Vanir are gods of fertility, but they sit in the same hall as Aesir. The reason that they are called different was in the past, they fought each other. The Aesir won. And you got the war between gods. Anyways, the gods are mortal. In the story, Odin, Loki, Baldur, Thor, they're all mortal. However, Evun had this garden, this vineyard, where she grew this fruit that if you partook of it, stopped you from aging. Unlocked your mind in a sense. Odin's very greedy. Kept it for himself, for the Aesir, for the gods to use. Therefore the gods were effectively no longer aging. One day, a Jotnar somehow smuggles his way to Evun's garden and kidnaps her and her fruit, her ability to grow it. No Evun, no fruit. Gods did not like that. They formed a war party, and I'll have high fury for that Jotnar. They got Evun back rather quick. Men are mortal, so are these residents, so to speak. I do not age, and I possess something akin to a phylactery. The residents do not. My method of being and origins already vastly different, and they know that. I am not saying it is pointless to convince or to show, but I am already on a different level than them.
Sorry, I got nervous, because why are you leaving me to talk?
Now that comparison for you.
I've been betrayed.
Evun translates to Eden.
I understood the similarities.
You ever heard of the similarities between Lucifer and Loki? And Yahweh with Baldur?
I don't know the place at all. This is my first time being here. Like all the sculptures and kind of.
I personally do not believe it, but I can see how people
And every time, just like
can draw a conclusion.
where I'm from, they just respawn after you.
It is true that
Like every time it would.
many
I feel like
religions can be
Elton's
based
going
on
on
the
one
same
of his
amount
old
of
man
gods,
rambles again.
entities, and such. Things can get misinterpreted, and multiple groups may spout out from it.
Something to listen to, sure, but
People can come to a fruit bowl, each pick out their favorite fruit. That doesn't mean they all came from different bowls.
Oh yeah, there's so many unique dungeons where I'm from. There's one that's the Flungeon. You have to go through the sphinx.
People have their own preferences of how they would like to rule the world. Religion is a big one.
well, this isn't a really conversation that interests Stellaria
Especially something
at
greater
all.
than them.
In the slightest.
History has proven Most wars have been fought over
from your body is in like
belief,
go back to the
faith.
core and like you have
And for some of them,
sure your friend's
how convenient if it were the same god with a different name.
it'll give them back their soul. But like I had Gary, my teammate, he had like a
Everyone fights for the same thing.
Not interesting to Stellaria in the slightest.
and make sure he didn't like run off like a into like a trap or something. I don't know.
Sorry if you were wanting to speak with Mr. Henwick, Stellaria.
Oh no, I just keep looking around.
It's supposed to live. I've never been.
I wasn't sure.
People's footsteps and such. I can't do a complete 180. That's about as far as I could turn to look. So.
Trying to visit because it's like the outside's supposed to be like so beautiful and like all these plants and shit and flowers and like everything's just growing lusciously. And but like if you go inside the actual dungeon,
It is a conscious thought
either you never come
about everything.
Nah, Jonas is in a meeting. Jonas is always in a meeting.
like shut down up here, like just completely gone. But like it's interesting, I guess.
It gets confusing when it is less of a triangle,
I ramble when
more a trapezoid. There can't be just one on top. It has to be many.
But yeah,
It's a house of cards.
I'm out.
Unfortunately, the cards in our circumstance may be glued together. So many people daily get ripped out of the house. And yet the cards stay.
Sorry.
And everyone moves on.
I didn't really plan to like be social, so I like don't have anything to say.
Confusing, but it is normal here.
I can apply to many things. The powers that be never change. The problems still occur.
So
it's a bit of a anarchistic view, don't you?
So
I suppose.
I have no choice.
But there is nothing wrong with thinking outside of the house of cards, I suppose.
I'm not even on my original plane of existence anymore. And I don't know anyone. So
If no one did, we wouldn't have a game.
You know, but
There's nobody interesting here.
more, go to different places, talk to people.
Or at least as Mr. Hamwick calls it.
I went to this place, and I like they were like, oh, let's go dungeon hunting. Like just go in a dungeon and get some loot, and it was gonna be really easy.
It is a game, but don't think of it as a game like you're playing a board game. You ever heard of a board game before?
Like all 8 wheels.
I have.
It's like a vehicle.
Think of it kind of like that.
It's a big ass hunk of metal with wheels that
It opens up your perspective.
8 fucking wheels like ran me over and
I believe the difference is that I'm not at the table for the game.
run over by this bus and literally like
I find myself more of an observer at sometimes.
and so I was embarrassed.
But not the piece in the game.
Yeah.
No.
See, this is what happens when Jonas is busy. We have these weird conversations.
Even if he isn't busy, it's always something.
Are we just gonna stare in silence?
There's an extra seat if you would like to join.
I'll think about it.
Oh, I just was like waiting for you to say something.
C.
I don't know.
Not to be mistaken of C, 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 or C.
I normally like at this point, like after the first person is done talking, the second person talks.
You know what a darkling is?
I don't pay attention in conversations
Mhm.
like I'm supposed to.
You have one.
Probably. Doesn't everyone?
Probably.
I don't know why they would avoid you. I mean,
You're a new Star Child to me. I know almost every one in existence.
Hello.
That's not too bad.
That's bad that I do. It's really bad.
Fucking engraved in there.
Is
That's
it?
the wake-up call.
How bad? How bad is it?
It's more so just, I know too many of your kind.
Not something you bounce back from, to be honest. That's kind of like a thing you're stuck for with like the rest of
Have you met others of your kind?
lives.
Huh?
If you happen
You met other Star Children before?
Just the super big muscly dude.
Like, I'm sure that it's different like other places. I don't know. That's just
The orange one, right?
my world.
Yeah, who's won a bunch of championships? I know him.
Well, I'll give you this spiel. Welcome to being a Star Child. Watch out for a man named Quantus.
Oh, I know that. I know that. Thank you.
You know that one? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heal people. So, I
Hi.
heal them.
Hello.
I just kind of use like my own.
Did you have a rough day?
Like, I could
A little
use,
bit,
like,
yeah.
letters and like items, but
And
Okay.
it just got worse.
and like I heal them
Did something happen?
and I heal them.
No, just a long day of learning and lessons. Just tiring and draining. So I guess not really a bad day, but
My like spell list is I can heal, I can give blessings,
Pardon the comment, but you remind me of some.
purify, like kind of the same.
Huh?
Your appearance, you remind me of a Star Child named Rusty.
And purify,
But they're red.
but it like
Oh.
gives you like a small like debuff or
So, are we talking clothes? Are we talking like this? Like, what do we?
The big difference is the brand. Everything else I'd say was rather similar, at least with one of their
okay.
outfits. Yes.
Well, I have a lot of outfits.
They like tinkering
Yeah.
machinery.
so the like fucking chest, like the
Yeah, I have a problem with buying clothes.
and it blinds you too. So
this is weird.
doesn't actually burn. Like people like think, oh, you get
This is
smited,
weird.
it burns you, but my smite is literally just like physical light.
Two is a pattern. What is that phrase? One is random, two is a pattern. With three, you can construct a theory.
Oh yeah, probably like if it's like a. Well, I mean technically, like, cause I call myself a cleric.
You think
but
so? I
I'm
don't know
guessing
the
I'm not the
phrase.
first one here.
I don't believe.
No, it's something different.
Oh.
So it just.
I have met over a dozen Star Children.
Even do like holy damage. Might. Yeah, I heal.
All have had their darklings. Knew of where their darklings were. Except for two.
Here I thought I was seeing double.
Hi.
Good evening, dear.
Good evening.
A small arrangement of a few of my favorite people. What's all this?
Hold on.
Thought-provoking conversation when you were kept busy. Uriel and I had a
Friend.
pretty lengthy conversation on aspects of divinity and transcension, the perspective of God, and belief.
This
Transcension?
world is gonna
That's
tear
an
that
interesting
Star
subject.
Child apart.
Oh, my dear, the concerns you had the other night, have they been settled?
They're all good.
Well, I think she's.
Glad to hear.
Are you able to?
Hip tracking, please.
What's up? I was in a rush. I'm sorry.
But yeah.
Haven't seen you in a while. How have you been?
I've been good.
So.
He's so
see?
pretty. He's super dense. I honestly, I just feel like giving up at this
How have
point.
things been for you, Goldia?
I've been trying. I even asked for advice.
Oh,
You're
yeah, no.
Soon,
He's so dense.
they can profit.
I was trying to she's talking
Glad to hear.
Floating moment, I don't know anything.
Ah, oh.
With that will come,
I was even like,
make it finally a business meeting between you and I.
I'd like to work out with you.
Lovely.
Like at the gym.
Finally getting things together, are we?
And stuff, you know, I could do sit-ups or something.
Getting a bit of a small group together. I have to finish some contracts that I already have. Once they are completed, resources are going towards a...
I think it's just fair to warn you, I've just gotten 2 different offers. Sorry, 3 different offers of work tonight. Truly.
Methods are the best.
No, not for tonight, from tonight.
Schedule them as much as
I've been very popular, apparently.
Business booming, I take it.
You don't understand.
So it seems. I haven't even needed to advertise.
Was all over me.
That's rather surprising.
Yeah, I use you as an example. So you're like laying back, right? And you had me like this.
Miss Jasmine,
Right? So like...
falling asleep on us?
No, I'm listening.
And he was teasing me.
Alright.
And being cute.
Isn't that what...
I get to ask you now, since you're
Totally
here.
That's what you were telling...
Since
Are
I'm
you
here.
familiar and encountered outsiders before?
I haven't seen this in person.
Outsiders?
Entities possessing,
Huh? Okay, when I...
not sure if it could say element or aspect of 2 different planes.
Later that week, right? And then I was like...
Example with a material.
There's a different word for them.
Right, well, I can't speak for him, but I just know he's been...
Bound to 2 separate planes. There is one, there are some, called Genasi.
Like, send a message.
Primordial infused.
At this time, do you think we can meet up together?
I've already sent like a few messages and he hasn't replied to any of them, and I don't want to be annoying, so I'm not going to send anymore.
There are some who slip between 2 realms.
Man, if he said
Twice
he was busy for
bound.
an entire day, he won't remember messages, honey.
Only forming in either side. In portions, never in full. They
Here
drift.
we go again.
But I'm not sure if these are the same beings that you discussed, but I am familiar with the concept.
Here we go again.
Unfortunately,
I had someone call me that the other
you're
day.
gonna have to put in a little work.
Yeah.
Really?
More than a little in his case.
What makes them believe you to be that?
Alright, do you ever actually put your arms through the
I'm able to traverse a certain set of realms that normal individuals
I
cannot.
would like this for a cultural reason, actually,
But
more than anything else. But yes, I
I am
have
not
when it gets way
fully
too damn cold.
welcome in those realms.
Well, yeah.
I'm a bit of a smuggler, the way I have to operate.
And trust me, it's gotten that cold before.
I was wondering why you were so comfortable with a businessman like myself. You're
I
familiar.
viewed you as
Pay
a
attention, it took them a while to notice.
cut from similar cloth, just that I'm better looking.
I wasn't paying attention.
I, the beholder, my friend.
So, shoot.
True. Shame I don't
Certainly
possess
more
eyes.
rugged.
It's nice seeing you. Don't be a stranger if you see me out and about.
Hey.
And what did you tell this person?
I said they're welcome to believe whatever they want.
Do not have time to deal with that.
Dare I ask how correct they are?
I'm not quite sure. Somewhat fit
I'm sure they'll love me.
I can't let this stand. Hold on.
completely accurate.
No.
For you, you do not have to answer, of course. It's a bit of a private question. Were you always of this, form? Were you ever
Of this
say,
form?
once human or anything like that?
Ah, I was born human, yes.
Okay.
They're very sweaty.
So was I. At least I think. I'd like to think.
Oh, thanks.
What I am now is a result of my own actions and my own research. And I do believe myself better for it, completely. Some things I've lost. Other things I've gained. And I think for the cost, it was a small price to pay.
Real big flashbacks.
I would like to say it was my own actions. My own actions that caused my human form to fail me. Like this.
Who needs, like, 20 statues?
But I did not do any research or any practices or rituals or anything to acquire this. Or this, for that matter. When I gained consciousness, or at least a sense of awareness of I am me and I am existing, I could think again. I was like this. Near Pharaoh. Well, at the time I thought this was my afterlife. This is reap what you sow, you know, damnation, if you will.
Your own personal hell.
In a sense.
Politics. Many would call that hell. The life of a bureaucrat.
Who would have thought? Corporate bureaucrat. Worst hell you can be in.
We are rarely put in positions that we choose.
It had me begin questioning my people believed in a bit of a predestination. I never met my parents, really. Well, I knew my mother, not my father. My mother died when I was young, but she was an outcast, saw things others couldn't. One of those.
A medium.
Yes.
That's what you mean.
Bit of a seer.
A seer. Yes. I thought you meant someone who existed in both planes, was comprised of both planes. No.
Nowadays, that is
a
true.
Bridge.
Would you like to hear things that may sound a little alarming? First.
I am gonna take off. Sorry to interrupt.
You're fine, dear. I'm sure you have your own business to see to. No, I think I understand what you're saying now.
Y'all have a good night.
I once knew a man who saw things that no one else could. Saw things that were, saw things that was, saw things that were yet to be. Saw things that no one wanted to. I learned a great deal from him. Laid the foundation for my work.
Finding out about my father laid the foundation for mine, myself.
That isn't something I've thought of in a long time. My old teacher. I wonder how his travels have fared him.
Stellaria doesn't have anything to talk about. So
Sorry, was reminiscing.
probably wouldn't happen.
You're completely fine. I think this conversation sparks much of that.
Just,
Nostalgia in a sense,
In a sense. Thank you.
Shimmy
wait
this
It's
for
way.
nice to remember.
And shimmy this way.
No.
especially for someone like yourself, as
fair.
is the phrase lost
Got the
to
duck,
time.
but I fell in the pool trying to get the duck. Right after I said, I hope I don't.
It's the
fall in
difference
bitch,
of
and I
knowing
slip
where you came from.
head first into the pool.
Remembering is different.
I got my clothes are waterproof, but
I remember his strange little hut in the woods.
I got the duck. I got the duck.
You did indeed.
I remember what he taught me, what he had me do.
That would you mind a game or two, maybe?
And I remember failing his test.
Time, unfortunately, but I appreciate
And we went our separate ways.
Yeah, sure. Just take a pop of
Interesting. I would not have expected that myself.
I was young. And the results of his test, he learned that I did not agree with his perspective of things.
much effort.
We were not compatible to continue working together. And so we went our separate ways. It was much more emotional in the moment, but that is what it is.
That seems awfully you, in a sense.
Does it?
Lack of compatibility in separate ways. At least in the way that you describe it, that matter, yeah.
It was not the first that I've been separated from a compatriot. At least someone I trusted. After that, I resumed my studies on my own for a short time until I met others, like-minded. We came together, studied together. Not quite friends. It was more of a shared learning. Of course, did anything else occur with what I assigned to you? Anything interesting?
I wasn't quite taught myself. Well, I was raised to be a fighter myself.
Friend of a friend. I see. I'll keep that in mind, thank you, dear. That'll be all.
Someone else want meeting with you.
Sorry, dear. No. Someone wrapping up for the night.
I wasn't quite well-traveled, as I am now, of course. I think we can all say that about ourselves, but,
So we all have to start somewhere.
I had two brothers and a sister. After my mother passed, we all went, separate ways, creative differences. I was a fighter, but, I take it you're familiar with how people call people berserkers or berserkir. I don't tell many. That's one of my pet peeves.
Rage fuel.
I despise how people describe themselves as berserkers. around these parts. It scratches the back of my head.
It is the art of controlled adrenaline. That's what it is.
Now, way you describe it is you have boat carriers and wall climbers. Boat carriers, big, burly. What you'd expect, stereotype, berserker. Shirtless, bare belt, rugged, battle-scarred. What you would expect. With the wall climbers, small, lean, fast, feral. They're known as Ulfjennar. I was taken in during berserker training due to I got into a fight in a village. My hometown. And, I bit the kid's ear off. Started trying to gouge out their eyes. Kid was trying to punch me. I went for, the extreme. Very quickly. Took me in for this training. Apparently, berserker, you can be trained for that. Ulfjennar. Not so quite. The belief that you're a bit of, born for it. State of mind of, you have this switch you can flip, you, lose your humanity.
The killer instincts.
Oh shit. Hey guys.
Small, agile, lean. I say small,
Hey.
you're not built like a brick shit house, but you can hold your
Hey
own
guys. Hey
I
guys.
found myself amongst them. But we were outcasts, feared. We're what you wanted in war, but not what you want in your village.
Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo.
Understandable. No one likes looking at a weapon. But they always want one when things go wrong.
I think that's why,
Kind of describing Stellaria and how she was on Sunday, let's be honest.
retired mercenaries, soldiers, synthetics designed for war that became too autonomous. All kind of checks out. But, ran into one of my brothers during one of my campaigns. Was the local priest, seer, shaman, medicine man, insert whatever you like to describe them as.
Of course.
He started being like my mother, seeing things, hearing things, people that weren't there. Some that have passed, some that did not.
That's
I was talking to him, described how I killed a man on my last campaign. To the exact detail. That struck some fear, I think. But, he mentioned talking to my father. How he was proud. What that was becoming. That his, ideas, his hopes, or at least in one of us. One of us turned out right. The rest were too like
And
my mother.
did that pride you?
No. A dead man to me telling me that he's proud that I'm a killer. I didn't like being an outcast. I liked being needed. That felt good.
Of course. Everyone wants to feel appreciated, everyone wants to be accepted.
Exactly. But, fast forward a bit, I had a wife and son. Spare you the details. You can tell they are not with us.
one can assume.
What led to that led to me using my talents and skills for a bit of a hate-fueled campaign, which resulted in what you see here, the antlers and all. During my gaining awareness, I met my father. He's not from the material, in a sense. Don't think he originated on it. It was
And that's
worshipped by my
your
people.
dual citizenship.
Yeah, I believe so. Either him or my mother. I'm not sure who. Wait yet. But he was revered as one of those powerful beings of worship. But he was looked towards for silence, vengeance, the forest. I look back at that campaign I had, kinda kick myself. Why I think of that predestination a bit. Like, man, I played right into that, I guess.
Do you see yourself as a fool for it or as a victim? This predestination.
I believe it was a tool being built. Or a weapon being honed. Not sure which yet. Of course.
Became what you were made to be.
Yes. Believe this was the end product or the goal.
Makes sense. Feeling very much like sharing today, aren't you, Goldia?
I spared many details.
I'm sure you did. But this is rare from you.
Not so much. You'd be surprised.
Hmm.
You get me on a rambling spree. This happened.
I think this is
I'll
the
keep that in mind
third
next time
day
I
out
need
of
your
the past
secrets.
4 days I've listened to a Geldia ramble.
Yes.
I listened to one on Saturday, one last night, and one now.
Maybe you should be the one who writes his biography.
That was
I
a very
mentioned that
long
last night about writing a memoir and publishing it.
It certainly would be an interesting story.
I'm thinking at least if it counts of the war stories. I think that would get people's interest.
I apologize if I spurred this one.
You're fine.
No, it's okay. I just happen to always hear them.
Being frank, I speak about the openly. No one can really... It's information no one can use against me, being honest. You know I have 2 brothers and a sister that are long gone. Using necromancy to bring them back, that won't faze me. I do that myself. At times. Nothing really to gain a one-up on, so to speak.
Not to distract, but is your little blue friend here all right? Keeps sinking into their chair.
I think we might be boring them. They're a new face to us.
I'm sorry.
There they are. Good evening. Back with us?
Good evening.
You've been silent this whole time. What
It
boring
was a
you
long
are.
story. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I'm old and boring.
Oh, not boring.
Gets the dust.
Entertaining.
This is what happens when they don't have tapioca night in my home. When you start rambling.
It's always tapioca.
I never have stories like that. My memory span's way too short. Way too short.
Are you, how do I put this? Did you form recently?
Mm-mm. How else would I know that scary name you just you said? You know.
Which one?
Qantas.
Scary name.
Oh, it's not Voldemort. It's not that big of a deal.
I only call you because I thought you were freshly formed.
Oh no. I don't know. I don't know how old I am, but I'm probably old. Yeah.
You were a star child. Of course you were.
Well, I know, but
Matter of perspective.
True.
Who are you, dear?
See?
See?
Mm-hmm. Now which one you'll probably have to figure out, because there's a bunch of different C's, you know?
Ah.
In terms of spelling and you know, how... Yeah. Okay, like a body of water, like an ocean, you know, there's a lot of them, you know?
That didn't take long to sort out.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
I was thinking that.
You got what?
I was thinking that.
Nothing.
Nothing? You got nothing.
She reminds me.
Oh,
of
well, I
when
got a lot of
first
things, actually,
formed,
but never mind.
And I hate it.
Keep interrupting yourself. Something the matter?
No, not at all. It's just nice to go out, you know, because you know when you live in a crate, it gets pretty boring. So it's good to go out.
In a crate?
Yeah, like one of those shipping containers. I made a home out of one. It's real cozy. I have everything I need in there. I'm running out of room. I'm running out of. No. Like big crate, still a crate. Yeah. Or container. But I'm running out of room because I have a lot of. Huh?
What's the rent on one of those?
Free.
Oh.
At least for me. Anyways, I'm running out of room for clothes though, so I'm probably gonna have to upgrade soon. So, yeah. Because I'd say almost like a whole one of the walls, and not one of the widths, but the lengths. There's just I have like so many racks lined up together, and they're all just laid out and they're organized, and yeah.
Just move another one.
You like clothes,
on the other end.
Good idea. I love clothes. I love clothes, but I have to be careful because it always rips on this side. You know. Because you know I'm so strong. It's a fun trick.
Cute. A star living in a shipping container.
I don't even what? I don't smoke pipe weed. I smoke like
yep.
The regular weed.
Jonas, are you familiar with Star Children?
Lion shit to be regular.
I knew of at least one.
Oh.
I know of about 14 now.
Yeah, I know of the big guy
Oh,
who won all the
actually-
things.
No, I have met a few. Back in my time at the Lotus. Don't know much about their culture, nor do I really need to.
Oh, to be completely honest, there's not that much culture left.
Pity.
Yeah.
Qantas does good work when he does. No offense.
Who is
This is a star child that hunts other star children and makes weapons out of their brands. The marks on their faces.
He makes weapons out of our faces. It's really spooky.
If you do a star child in, what's left is the brand. They can reconstitute around it. Apologies. Flex has been fickle with me.
Very flexible today.
Yeah, but then he doesn't let that happen.
That this happened. But Qantas doesn't allow that. Hypothetically speaking, you take a star child, do them in. I'll use Higgs for an example, because this happened to him. He was shot, went back into his brand, had to reform around it. It's like their core. You take that brand and put it in a small box. He can't form. There's no space. They can't break out of the box. What Qantas does, though, he'll pick up your brand and melt it down and use it as a part for a weapon. He makes revolvers and pistols. If you ever look at Higgs' pistol, if you ever see it, that is made out of Star Children brands. As Qantas made it. I don't know why he uses it. But
That's a little fucked up.
yeah.
It's not much different from making a weapon out of bone. Ceremonial, perhaps. Ritual.
I think it's something to do with the type of material.
Maybe it's
The core of a dying star. It's unique.
I'm so
Maybe I'll try it.
My thinking, my logic is for it. Take a weapon like that and you attack a star child with it. Maybe it stops them from forming.
No, I'm mistaken. You are sticking
Possibly.
your legs in me again, ma'am. You need back up.
I know that there's a few dragons out there that are best hunted from similar scales.
Why do you just... I'm not gonna ask how.
It's one of the few ways to actually injure timeouts.
You know, if you ask nicely, they usually give you the ones that shut off.
I've been actively searching for Qantas. Myself. He's lost to the stars, wandering or hiding. But, he has some answers to questions I have.
Yeah, no,
Yes, but not this line of work. Something different. Not their small world. He taught someone information I'm looking for. That person he taught is dead. He's the next best source of information, besides these old libraries I'm searching for. But they're in the Shadowfell.
Good old Scar versus Mufasa.
Shadowfell?
Long live the king and
Yeah.
throw him in there.
Not
I
quite
know
a
where
tourist
they are.
destination.
I know how to get there. They're just in a certain entity's domain. That, the entire odd relations.
I can't pay
I'll take your word for it.
I got ADHD, so I just like it goes in one ear, out the other.
Are we done with this?
That's so fucking real. I can't even lie.
The conversation or topic.
There's a lot of like really funky
Topic.
voices happening over there, so if I wasn't singing directly,
What's your favorite
Depends
clothing
if something else comes up.
My favorite?
Heavy accent.
people got weird.
Well, there's this new store that came out that's called Duck. It's a really cute name, but they don't really make cute clothes. I'm actually wearing clothes by them right now.
I'm so formal, bro, and polite. Oh yeah. Smoker's voice.
Yeah.
Chain smoking.
Well, there's like a Miss Snow White and a Miss Penguin, and sometimes I mix up their clothes because they're really similar, but they make really good clothes.
Well, there's Aurora's business, and then of course Manifcarum.
Surrealist Designs.
Ah, that's the one.
Yeah. All good.
Oh wait, you can't probably say it because it's your dad, but like, and I mean, it's still kind of true either way, you know. I mean, yeah, I have daddy issues, so I can't agree.
My daughter sometimes models for Maleficarum.
It's contagious. I can sit over here now.
Oh, cool.
How goes it? Hey.
Would you ever be interested in
I forgot you had a child. I'll be completely honest.
Fuck you, Emo!
Yes. You never bring her around.
It'd probably be fun.
McKay so simply turned this place into a daycare. You may as well too.
She's fully grown, firstly.
And?
I'm not a father.
It wouldn't be like a daycare.
Crazy to say.
What, afraid she'll fall for me?
I don't think.
No, she has standards.
I'm hurt. I can make adjustments.
Want some aloe for that bird?
You're not her type. You're not on a death march.
I typically don't.
Death march.
Most people that she,
Asha also can't, so like we're like.
at least one in particular, he was the one that took a liking to.
When did you say I can?
He, died for her.
When did you say
But, that's a lesson I have to describe. Get them to. She's dating,
Like go like woman, and then he can like not have a dick anymore.
Ion.
So I thought he was stealing.
Agent.
Sorry, I thought I was thinking wrong. I'm so sorry.
Not familiar. Can't say I have.
Officers there. He hasn't been around for some time. He's,
This Aegis is something that I've only sparsely heard of. It's one of the endeavors McKay's invested in. That's about all I know.
He's one of the largest benefactors there, if not the largest.
Okay, that's it. We're unloading all of our baggage. Hello. How goes it?
Last I checked.
Welcome to the trauma dumping station.
Yeah, just hop on in the trauma circle. You guys can
You
call
mean
me
go get a
Alaric.
bellboy, girl,
Alaric
lugging all that
Thorne.
baggage?
What is it you do for work there?
Well, I mean, I kind of do whatever's fun because I've worked so many things for a really long time, and I know it's weird because I live in a crate.
It was funny.
But you know, being a light bulb really attracts attention sometimes. You know, so and sometimes I don't want that attention, although a lot of the time I do. But then
Oh
you know,
yeah, I've
people-
been enjoying your sparkling personality.
Sell my gum. What?
No, oh my god, I worked hard
Is
for
he
this. I drowned for this.
flirting
I
with
drowned
her?
for this duck.
I was able to pick it up out of
What is he trying to sell?
Yeah, I've done all kinds of stuff.
Wait a
Kind
minute.
of yellow. What happened to him?
That'd be a
He got, like,
badass origin
Asperger's
story.
or
Wait a
whatever it's
minute.
jaundice.
Leave.
That wasn't hard to make you quiet.
That's autism. That's autism.
Wait a minute.
No, that wasn't too hard to make you quiet.
He's flirting with her.
Not used to teasing.
It's autism.
Yes.
I have that. I have that. I should know.
I can't believe you just said that to my son.
And what of Miss Stellaria? What have you been up to, dear?
An
What have you been up to?
apprenticeship and ballet lessons.
Apprenticeship?
My dad bought me a perfume company for me to take over when I'm older.
I can see why you plan to leave him here.
The current placeholder CEO is teaching me everything until I'm old enough to take over the company.
He's not even adopted. I'll just put him back.
Oh, that's some lovely planning.
So, business
Perfume.
and learning how to make perfume.
Dropping him on his head, yes.
Oh my god, it's like taking
Is it a field that you like? Perfume.
Just like you're just there to like pet the cats when you're going out to like the kennels and stuff. That's basically what they're doing with the dogs.
What's your...
And then you just like
What's
put
your
them, like, down,
favorite?
they look sad as
What do you like to douse yourself with?
That's basically what you're doing. I can't believe this. Wow.
Then you can do like
Yeah, I never said I was a good man.
My favorite scent
really
or
use
just what I prefer wearing? Because the answer is different.
Look how sad it is. Its eyes are
both.
gleaming at you.
My favorite scent is probably
That head is crazy. Kind of got like a flat head. Oh my god, it has
lavender.
Do not compare the duck.
Mmm.
My favorite
Common choice.
scent to use for myself
Are you the father?
is
I cannot sow my seed. I am not related to that duck.
cinnamon.
So crazy
I like
to
cinnamon,
say.
but more specifically,
that's
like
so
the scent of a cinnamon stick rather than when you grind it into the
No,
spice
yeah,
to use for
this is
cooking.
literally the same.
Oh, alright.
You don't need to know.
I'll keep that in mind.
Like, you even got like a bill.
I can't really wear perfume.
It's a new thing for me to be
Shame.
able to wear.
Can't help everyone.
Do you think my
Well, you can
lips
spray
are
onto your
attached to the
clothes
helmet?
before you put them on.
Mm,
No.
maybe after.
No.
like stick his like lips through like the vents. Of,
But I took some branches and leaves and stuff from the hot spring last night, so I'm gonna try and make a perfume using the scents from there.
A personal blend.
I do not like the word purse.
Well, it's more like just to figure it out, because where a plant grows affects the smell of the perfume. So, for example, a
Yes, it
tree
does.
far up north is gonna have a more woodsy, or I guess colder would be a way to describe it, a more brisk scent to it compared to getting bark from somewhere down south in, say, Brazil.
I see. I look forward to seeing what this practice brings you, dear, and what other endeavors you dive into.
It's kind of like baking, but not really. My best subject is science, but that's probably because baking is science.
Oh, well, just look at it as chemistry, then.
So, yeah.
That's all it is.
I do not.
A little bit of alchemy.
I could sell my bones.
I'm forgetful that there was either a book or a film about the French slave taken in by a perfume. He was able to make any perfume the perfumer made based off of scent alone. He said unlabeled bottles he was able to recreate.
Well, perfumes can also tell you a lot about a person.
I have to have about 100.
For example, say somebody passes away and a coroner needs information, the perfume that that person uses can tell you that person's personality to see if, say, the murder makes sense or not. If it was a murder, or if the death that the alibis are being given makes sense. For example, a woman, quote unquote, falls in a hike, but her perfume is more of an expensive brand, more something you would smell being inside a home rather than woodsy or outdoors. It's more than likely she did not fall in a hike and passed away that way.
There's a slime, and it only
Why spend so much time making yourself ready for a ball if you're going out into the woods?
Women normally would not wear perfume on a hike anyways because of the sweat that you would get doing the exercise. It would just ruin everything.
You mean my fiance?
Well, Oron's different. She also fights up north where it's not really... It's harder to break a sweat. Not impossible, but more difficult.
They're called oozes.
on you? Oozes?
I haven't tried that ooze.
I'm curious about these new arrivals.
And they like
Do any of you require something of me as I greet my new guests?
I haven't tried that time. Last time.
What did this to you?
wherever they can land on my back or on my helmet.
Going once, going twice.
Bro, the Purple Ooze is a wild place. I can't even lie.
I look forward to it.
Never once said. Yeah.
I can take him.
I mean, it was pretty decent for the time. Yeah, you never had sewer bear?
You get used to
It was
it.
pretty decent.
Well, don't recommend
What? Sewer milk?
Kinda funny.
Sewer bear? What?
It tends to get cold beforehand.
Sewer bear or super bear?
Sometimes I just assume that he's off to the side ready to interject at times.
Always convenient timing.
As long as he's not in a meeting, he's around.
Is it good for the bear?
Stellaria.
I'm not gonna lie to you, because they like went into like the sewer system.
Whenever you do get a hand at it, I might have you make one for me if it's alright.
Sure. You just have to describe. You could even, if I get good enough, you can even give me a person, and I can make a scent based off of the person, based off of like their backstory and their life and all that. And it wouldn't be difficult for me to traverse to other realms to get the scent even more specific. So.
Oh, fucking shit. Yeah, it's right next to me.
A weird concept, but thank you.
Depends if it's gray or
Well,
blue boy.
for example, some people, when a loved one passes away, wants to remember them, and people tend to have a unique smell to them. So the person describes that person during their life, And then you try and create smells based off of that in perfume or cologne, and it could bring comfort to them.
I heard something. I don't know. They're thinking about my mouth for some reason. That's kind of weird, my bro.
As you can see, I don't plan to mass produce perfumes really. Maybe a few, but
More personal.
more personal, which obviously would be more costly for people, but some luxury perfumes for everyone to buy, and then do personal ones, which would be more pricey.
Please stop. I'm leaning forward and give him a minute. Interest.
I wish you luck on your business ventures.
I still have a lot to learn, but it's fun.
Just like if you just like block out
I
your
don't
like,
mind
other
it.
eye, you just like nothing's there. Yeah. And then you can just like there you go. Pretend. I just close my eyes. And then you feel the impact of the couch, and then you're fine. Well, don't say that. I'm desensitized to it now.
Keep your fantasies to yourself.
Yeah. Is it bad that I'm desensitized to it now? I feel like if you. I don't know. No clue. I observe.
But as for ballet, it's just been normal lessons.
In my gay panic.
Yes, you have been.
Go back on the sewer band topic. Is that what you want?
You
want now?
You've been testing my capacity to listen.
Don't look at me! Don't look at me! Well, oh my god. I mean, no, I'm getting rid of stop.
No, it's okay. I need to stretch those muscles. No, I need to stretch those muscles. It's okay. Yeah, the listening ones.
You don't have muscles.
Oh my god, I gotta find the...
I know. It's a saying.
Wait, hold on.
Now
there they go.
You know, stretching those muscles, it can apply to anything.
There you gotta get the duck out of here.
I think they're going to the bathroom.
You were taking
Weird muscle, yeah.
Damn. No, why would you
Giggling and shit.
I mean,
Smashing, for real.
have some space rocks.
Shut up. Shut up, guys.
He's gone.
You're the first Star Trek I can see that can do that.
Just gotta let you know. You are like easily
Yeah, I am.
susceptible to this.
In the ass, no lube.
Oh. No! They're taking the ghosts are taking them from you! Oh, there they go. They don't even care.
Wait, really?
I gotta find the
That's cool.
They also have nails.
Please, down at the
Well, I mean, I technically don't. It's just more. Yeah.
I thought you were gone.
Oh, it is.
You know,
Mhm.
No one happens to me.
Listen, it looks better than it just all blending in. Okay, all right.
Does their color look
Both people who can go invisible are just always there.
Me?
They look like me and Rusty.
You know, which one? Which one? A, C, or D? Oh,
There's two, there's a pattern.
I'd say like a half brother. Code word.
There's a theory.
I don't know.
I do believe I should let you
Human had abilities as well. One could conduct electricity, the other one could rest in doing. It was a fire, right?
Fire, but he also had a weird ability where he was able to look at a blueprint and then be able to build it perfectly, but it could only be built out of scrap.
Everything happening on the
Whoa.
I can't.
I can't do anything fancy like that.
Overheating all the time right now.
I just kind of have what's in me. Yeah. I mean, I haven't really done anything with it. It's more of a trick. I mostly use it just to look nicer, which is kind of dumb, I guess, maybe. But usually, okay. Anyways, I just, I have all this, star stuff and mana and all this energy in me, and I usually just, I don't do rock stuff. I just,
twice a week for wearing armor for.
You know.
You wear armor full time every day. Andrew, in combat almost every day.
Well,
I mean,
energy, magic, just.
If it's during combat, I will probably turn off the combat.
maybe.
I can overflow.
I might explode. I might spontaneously combust. I'm feeling hot. I'm sweating a lot.
Let's get the little.
I don't know.
I don't really do that though. It's not very
Mild? This is mild? This is like a little bit of teasing?
contained,
I would hate.
controlled.
Shower sometimes twice daily.
It's like an overflowing cup. There, I figured it. That's the best way to put it. Yes.
I don't know. Still smiling at me.
Every night's too much. Every night is too much.
Well, it depends. If you are, because usually it's only like
Me?
If they had one.
and then maybe like twice a week with conditioner.
Well, I mean, probably.
Did you guys still want to?
Do you buy it by the 55-gallon drum like I do?
Oh shit.
Probably means
Gallon is fucking.
yes. I just don't know who, where,
Kind of look like
who, and
you
where.
fit into this place. Are you one of the staff?
Darklings don't tend to show themselves until a star child finds their purpose.
Excessively wild. But honestly, depends on if you get a good
I mean, I have fur.
I guess you're asking the wrong person for that one, and you know that.
I don't want to ask kids.
Gallon jokes and then you're kind of set.
It's a great deal for a 55-gallon drum.
But what?
Is the oldest one. Star child.
You know,
understandable.
I met you.
Freezing basket.
Quite amusing.
Yes.
I've seen some star children with and some without. Some don't know, some do know. It's all over the place.
Yes, you're not.
So I'm trying to piece things together and at least have some.
Well, I haven't spoke to them,
Please.
so I cannot.
You guys are so mean to me. I'm getting bullied. This is. I can't believe I'm getting bullied.
Are you going to call an adult or something?
I'm just along for the ride, I guess.
Adult right now. He's an adult. You're adult.
Probably why I haven't figured out that purpose thing.
You just gonna drop your son like this?
Most don't for a very long time.
What are you doing?
I slippery fingers. My hands are sweating. Look,
Why is your
here,
hand
someone take
sweating?
my
Is it
son.
really that down bad?
They did jump into a pool. Maybe they're still a bit wet.
I can't do this. Never mind. I'll watch my tone.
You're not allowed to make jokes.
Professionalism.
You think you wasn't still with everything that happened?
Please.
I don't think I ever had
As
one.
professional as I can for a professional setting, I swear.
What's the matter?
I want to make jokes, but if I make those jokes,
They're
probably
I might have one. I don't
I
know.
am restraining myself.
Oh, I have no restraint.
But didn't you
Don't
tell
hold
me I
back.
absorbed mine?
You feel now you know what it's
I
like
fear
to be me.
the gods
I
may
restrain
strike me
myself
down.
every
There's a rumor.
Yeah, me too. Me too, Queen. Me too.
Almighty
Within these
Smiter?
four walls, this is it.
If it was from Higgs,
Four walls, I am the only god.
and you and Rusty
Out, and trust me, if you use such words,
were merged with your darkling. That's why you look different from other star children. Be honest, I was pressing you more. You were saying complexity gives sparks and Rusty. They no longer possess their darkling.
Like panicking right
So it's possible you may not.
Oh.
You know, other than the fact that I'm a raging homosexual, yes, that's one of the reasons.
I don't have the answer.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a raging homosexual.
I
mean,
don't
you got
have
one right.
answers either.
What? You're
Tell me
fucking
all I know is
There's
the
none
star
of your
children.
series.
Yeah, you remember your MPEG. Yeah, of course.
Tell anyone who knows.
What?
I told you.
Can you and your fucking tongue.
But I have
You
cool
don't need to
rocks.
say something,
That's how it
okay?
normally
I
doesn't
do
go.
not need to know
And
about
probably
it.
the only
That
person
is
that
not a
has
thing.
the
It does
answers
exist.
doesn't
It
care
tells
about you.
It doesn't. It's
Yeah, that's it. Quant is right. But you know what masculine you
seahorses. Seahorses.
Educate.
As a dad.
This is a new
Wait,
one
what am I
for me.
educating?
What is this word?
Impregnated? Empreg.
Male pregnancy. That's what it means. Male pregnancy. It's a very popular.
Oh.
What did I just
I
hear?
see.
A very popular.
I wouldn't worry about
Exactly
it.
like a seahorse.
Halfway
Right.
genre.
What's the big
I'm so
fuss?
proud of
I
you.
love
You've upgraded
seahorses.
from
Shut
human
the
to
hell up.
seahorse.
Can I? I'm gonna leave. I do not feel comfortable. I do not feel safe here.
I don't know if I had a darkling or if I didn't, and if I did, if it would be gone now.
Okay,
I don't know.
I probably
It's
have to
real
at home.
funny.
Alright.
The
That would be
God here, like,
I was kidding, yeah,
obviously.
not
My thinking is if you do,
You're free to pray, though.
I don't know about
I mean,
that.
I was about to say something
Everybody's
crazy.
seen others on their knees.
Yeah, I
I mean,
heard
you could
that one.
probably pray to him,
Java.
but a different type of
I think I'm in the wrong place.
Why is that, dear? Where are you trying to be?
I'm trying to be at this mercenary place, but this is like.
Well, also Ran was a proper being when Higgs
This is the
changed.
Agency of Public Office, stationed here within Zephyros Palace District. I myself am Jonas Hemwick, currently enjoying some entertainment from a few of my guests. I
He's the
need a
man
mercenary
You're one
back.
of those trust fund kids that don't understand having a front that matches your what you're doing, or.
Ooh,
That's
I'm
crazy.
gonna... Look at it. Look at these statues.
Jaw on the floor.
Yep, I got it.
Oh, probably just
Hi.
messed that up.
You heard that, right? Right?
Hi.
Damn.
yes, it's
Are you
We have a
saying
have a
that
seat.
I'm unprofessional?
Oh.
Just steal
No.
Jonas.
That I don't know how to handle my business?
You know me. Ooh,
Is this somebody else you know?
This place is just
Yeah, a friend.
really confusing.
Hello. Nice
How
to
so?
meet you.
What is the trouble?
Me,
I'm
a
Miss
darkling.
the
Well-
one and only.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, right.
Like
Shit.
you're a religious
You
company.
got, like, some spunk
you
behind
don't
you.
look
Hi,
like
my
a
name's Elise.
mercenary company. Are you a part of a church?
You
Yeah,
do
right.
also, you know, a fascinating
I mean,
spunk.
From where
Whatever.
I come from, a bunch of drunk
I don't need one
I've been
anyways.
told I'm bitchy.
greedy, and
But yeah,
you know.
I'll take it.
Oh yes, of a brawling
Basically
pit
just-
in the middle of
Neighbors.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
you know
sell
what,
drugs
you are
and
a
horse
queen.
shit.
I'm nosy and eavesdropping.
This is a work agency.
Ma'am?
It is an
I'm
office.
blushing.
Good job.
Call me
These
a
are
bitch.
not routine
That's the kind of. I'm that kind of gay. That's a different type of gay. You know what I'm saying?
Well, my client sit down, discuss
Oh, you changed your mind?
Would you like to confirm that theory?
Assigned government
Huh?
assigned bottom.
Did you not hear what was said?
This is
No.
wild information.
Right.
I'm not
but-
expecting to figure this out.
No.
I mean,
I was zooming you.
From the bottom.
Hold on.
yeah.
From the bottom.
Pause on
Oh.
it. What the fuck?
Like, where's your?
Oh, I know who. I know who.
Oh god.
I don't know.
I'm gonna yell at him when he gets up
I don't
here.
know anyone
Yeah.
here, so.
Now you know us. We're your best friends now. Hello. Nice to meet you.
Oh, thanks, I
Before you get
appreciate it. I
wrapped
love
up in all this, later I need to pull you
Mhm.
aside to speak to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Mr. Gray, sir.
Glad I was finally able to get a word in.
Okay, Miss Aid, I have to tell you something. When I say Java, I mean smash. It's a code word. It's a code word.
It's
Wait,
not,
so
it's
you're-
not,
What
if you're
am I
saying it out loud,
overhearing
it's not
right
code
now?
word anymore.
I'm not
I
saying
don't
for it.
know.
Everyone is in it.
I'm not a
Everyone is in
fan.
it.
Those couches down there.
If you share it,
look
you're
Your
a
smash
bitch.
is like that. If I
Yes,
say
those
smash,
couches
if
down
I
there
say
look a lot
smash,
better.
Yep.
Oh my god.
What'd you say?
Do that with your mouth.
Looking at the ceiling.
Yeah, I think that's insane.
Well, I know those couches are down there.
We've seen those couches.
We've seen them.
What else?
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean,
Hey,
I
yo.
fully expected you to be able to do that.
Hey, yo. I mean, you know, hey. And
Damn,
yo.
I mean, you got
hey.
vocals on you. I can't lie. Maybe you need to start going into like the acting
Yeah,
business, man.
fuck more hearing.
Have you tried
You need to be a voice actor
Go
ASAP.
get mine.
I-
Go get mine.
I'm gonna go get my boyfriend. I'll be back.
Is it other couch time?
It's other couch time. It is very
You guys
much
wanna
other
know about
couch
the
time.
plunging?
Okay.
That's the front
Heard
end.
about that.
I'm getting up. It's so hard.
I've been listening.
They call me
Plunging, man.
I've heard it a couple times. I got these big ears, and I was standing right there.
Yeah, I figured you heard.
I'm not eavesdropping at all. I just can't stop.
Yeah, I'm not eavesdropping. I just like to listen.
Oh,
in on
give me 1
private,
second. My dad just
not
texted
private.
me.
They're not really private, but dude, the flunging.
You get ears like this.
You know,
figure
it's
out
really
how
hard to see
stop
you.
listening to things.
You blend in very well.
Yeah.
We have computer. It's so free. We have police seat right
Oh,
here.
I've been standing the entire night. I'm fine.
Yes, you got that message.
If you say so, yeah. The flunging.
Is
man,
it about him
so
opening up
where I'm from, we
one
have
of the
dungeons.
buildings?
Very similar to video game
Yep.
concepts.
At 9?
You know, some places. Like,
Yeah, I got
you
the same
defeat
text.
dungeon, it respawns, But this dungeon
I
was
think it's only one per
interesting. It was
person.
made entirely of flesh. An entirely flesh dungeon. Every step was just sculpting. You had to get into it.
Well,
so
he
we
might
had
get
the
invited.
Sphinx door.
You'll have to wait and see.
Sunday night.
Do you have an electric?
The Sphinx door.
Do you have an electric?
The asshole door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Currently, I only have two trackers. I was wondering what you were getting at. I wondered if it was a pun. No, you got it. That's good to know.
Hey, chat! There's gonna be roleplay tomorrow.
I'll put this mask on.
Well, first I would ask my dad if you could bring a +1.
He already listed if I can.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it depends if there's anyone who you feel like would be at a place like this that you would want to introduce Remnant to. Because this would be your opportunity. Because I'm sure the others that are there aren't going to be around much.
Would be Charles.
Then plan it around introductions. Exactly. Then plan it around somebody you would want to introduce to them, knowing that this will probably be the one time they talk for a very long time.
Oh.
I don't know.
You know, that's not mutually exclusive.
My dungeons are usually made of stone.
I'm confused now.
I don't think people understand that he can go human. It's not like I'm fucking an actual lion.
Yeah?
Please.
Then why he go? Then why he go into a light and you just mount it on top of it? So
It's comfy.
I mean,
this is me. Rotor,
like I said,
you
it's
know,
not exclusive thing. You get a boyfriend.
oh my god.
know the feeling, yeah.
Anyway,
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Heard, would you mind rub my feet?
Oh, I don't know.
I just had to make sure. They just look really similar to someone I dealt with recently. That's all.
So much better.
What dealings are you doing with fucks like that?
It was more like Willow was dealing with them. I happened to be in the crossfire.
Stalker.
Yes.
Stalker looking like that. Fucking
Makes sense. Live to feel. Fuck off, Wolf. 9 p.m. EST. A lot more. I'm sorry, I'm texting someone right now, which is why I got really quiet. We were trying to go to a cafe.
I think I know enough.
Yep.
Let me guess. Stalker appears, starts incursion. You all get turned in.
Fighting against me. They're my boyfriend. Wild stuff.
Good guess.
Yeah, good guess.
We didn't have this in my day, so I don't. One-handed only with my left hand.
I'll say warm.
Warm.
there's a bit more to it, but obviously I'm not gonna get into it here.
I get it now. Never mind. I'm blazing hot. I'm scalding. I'm so fucking hot.
Whoa. Sure.
I guess okay, put this vaguely so you understand that I understand.
It's why Jasmine did what she did.
I always give her a handicap. I never move the ball. I suppose you're right. Yes, I get that. Bit of a rift, you would say. Which is very funny
Yes.
because it pisses her off every time. The fact that she still can't win when someone... Do I go again, or do you go after I hit one? You keep going. You keep playing... You have toes. I'm sorry, I should not be staring.
Do I have to tell your fiance you were looking at other women's feet?
You're a woman.
Are you? Did you just ask if your fiance was a woman?
No, I just asked if she was a woman.
Oh.
I'm a woman.
Oh, I guess so.
You guess. Okay. I guess Rusty's a woman too.
Oh no, Rusty. Rusty is a male. The problem is that the first thing Rusty saw when forming to know what to look like was the cover of an 18+ book.
So you're telling me that the other Star Children chose to look like that?
At least Rusty did. But you also know Rusty is a bit different than the other Star Children.
Yeah, he built wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I have toes.
To the point where I don't even think Higgs classifies Rusty as a Star Child. If that makes sense. Still no point having the camera on. Rusty is practically retired. I might see if I can get Dimitri to come around as them, but I haven't seen Rusty in a very long time, though.
So I'm once in the past couple months. Anytime.
It's a little upsetting because I did see him like a brother. So.
And this color is blue. I don't know if you're colorblind. This is blue. The other one was orange. Why? What colorblind? Well, they weren't sure it was their turn.
I don't know. I've always had a weird track record with families, so it is what it is.
I think we call it a bad tasting, man.
I don't know. I think this one's going pretty good.
Why are you looking? Why are you looking at me? What did I do? Your head.
Well,
I had my turn. That's not how I look. Now I'm looking at you.
my dad is nice to me, and that is what I care about.
Your dad. Here, let me put it this way. Put it this way. You have an auntie, uncle.
I do have an auntie, uncle.
A father's like a daddy, mother.
Sure.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I've never really seen. I've only seen him as like dad, not really as.
Look at that ass, Spark. Tell me. Tell me. Look at me. Tell me.
He's just bi.
Right.
He is. He is. He is.
You're telling me he's not remotely fluid?
Oh no, he definitely is. He Yeah, he's definitely fluid. There's no arguing that one. Okay, anyways, moving on.
Who was what? No, I'm talking. What's the song about?
Malleus.
Oh, okay. What about him?
Yeah. You're referring to him as a daddy mother because he's a
You were referring to him as that.
Oh, no, he's just flamboyant.
It's on me.
Pretty Wait, we're talking about gender or sexuality?
Yes? Both?
Yes? No, these are two very different things. These are two completely different things.
Well, I know they're completely different things. He said so himself, that he's bi. So we know that.
I think I am more referring to the former than the latter.
Gender. Quite sure they come across as prominently masculine, but they don't really worry about standard things like looking butch or anything like that. They're quite above it. Once you get to a certain age, you very much just stop giving a shit.
I just viewed it as a
before you fucked even more, it was either this or I was on your lap.
Whoa.
There's a rest of a seat right there.
And right here, since you're
I
so
take
small.
up the entire couch.
Also, there's my lap right here.
Is that an offer?
I was saying an opportunity, not an offer. You missed it.
If we switch places, maybe.
What?
I like them.
I do too. What was that again, dear?
He said maybe we
say it again.
Places.
I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to.
You said what you were thinking.
And I talk too fast. And I talk.
I need to be polite. There's children present.
Oops.
How dare you, legit? How dare you? The joke's over.
I don't know, I just formed
Yeah,
in
that's
a
all things that I'm
dumpster.
sure someone will be upset with me if I go on about. You'll learn sooner or later.
She knows more than she leads on. She uses
Oh,
it to
yes,
get
I'm
me in
absolutely
trouble.
sure. I doubt I need to give her any lessons in biology, but it's the nuance behind it that I don't think she's quite ready yet for.
I don't get people in trouble on purpose.
I'll behave.
Why are you leaning over? I don't get people trouble on purpose. Oh, I'm just doing what Dispatch told me to do and blame Aki.
Okay, I can't fault that. Can't
Isn't that the brothel in the meat rack? Why does the child know about that place?
Councilman Aki paid a visit.
And? A politician enjoying flesh? And?
Talk on the town.
Politician and noble enjoying flesh? What else is new?
Someone ran up and mentioned it to Sparks and my protege. Stellaria, I should say. And, she did not know what it meant. The lingo. They asked a synthetic unit for information.
Mm-hmm.
So it looked it up and provided the textbook definition. Save its own ass and to blame Aki. Happy ending.
Ah. I mean, I could likely redefine the exchange. Don't think she'll likely understand, but maybe I shouldn't.
But, we chalked it up to anything remaining. Ask your father.
Of course. Please have a parent's permission before going online.
The internet is evil.
No, just something I keep reading on a few of these sites I found. Not to worry about it.
Oh. Yeah, no, my internet consumption is regulated.
Good. You're too young to see much of it.
Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the coven. Welcome, welcome.
Even who I'm allowed to follow on Metagram is, not regulated, but I have rules in place.
Good. I'm glad to see that your father is actually controlling what media you consume. Not going to have the same brain rot as many your age.
No, I prefer having physical books and stuff anyways, rather than
Good.
reading on a tablet
Very
or
good.
computer.
I have a few series that you could read if you want.
Ooh, that
Some
sounds
should be
nice.
digestible for you. Let me know what genre you enjoy. I'll see it done.
My favorite book is The Great Gatsby.
Alright.
Or Murder on the Orient Express.
Not familiar with that one.
It's just a murder mystery that happens on a train.
Ah, I see, I see.
I also like some of
Killed them
Edgar
in the
Allan
study with
Poe's
a candlestick.
works, but not anything major. Some, but not all.
Very hit and miss, that one.
An author named Philip K. Dick. Writes many short stories. They're very, open-ended with their endings, interpretation. One of the popular writings is known as The Man in the High Castle.
Where'd he go?
I'll probably pop back up.
On your lap.
Bingo!
What was that about switching positions?
That's crazy.
I said that, Stellaria. Stellaria did not just say that. That was supposed to be Zen going, that's crazy.
That doesn't answer my question. What? I thought you two were talking about books.
Well, yeah, he already said the books he
Short
doesn't know.
stories, so it was a short talk.
Ah, of course, of course. Very active new faces upstairs.
I recognize some of them from Meat Round.
I recognize most, if not all. Except for two.
deciding if I should tell my dad something or not, because I don't know how he would
What's that?
take it. So ballet lessons, right? Started learning new dances and the likes. One of the dances, I don't mind it. I enjoy it. I think it's fun. One of the dances is a duet.
Right.
With the
Many ballets
male
are.
ballet. It's like a.
And
I don't know how my dad would take that.
most dancing is with a feminine and masculine partner. One who leads, one who follows.
Well, yes, but
Especially more traditional ballet.
I didn't think I'd be at that point yet where I'm doing that stuff, because that's normally for like the older people.
Not really.
So I don't
Depends on
know
your skill level.
if
more
I should
so.
tell my dad or not, because
Let your father know that you're dancing with a boy
well, it's more than that.
who is also there to learn. All right. What's more to it?
Well, he's really nice, and he invited me out for ice cream in the next couple of days.
You should definitely tell your father that you're going out to have ice cream with a friend.
I don't like ice cream though.
All right, then go get something else. Did you tell him that you didn't like ice cream?
No, because I said I'd have to ask my dad first.
Well, then you definitely have to ask your father.
I could ask him tomorrow.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Simple.
Did you get the message in your inbox this evening?
This evening? Oh, from whom?
He has to die. Falco!
McKay. Give me a moment. I haven't checked my phone in a while.
Falco, no!
But yes, ask your father. He might actually have locations that are, that can cater to your palate.
True.
Yes, actually, I do. I have an appointment. Or an invitation.
That's what we were gonna ask you about. 'Cause we also got invited. Well,
If you
mine
did
makes
not
sense.
receive that, I was going to invite you as my +1.
This is very short notice for him.
Right?
Very short time to plan. Uriel, are you free tomorrow night?
Yes.
I need to discuss with Mimi to see if my schedule is open. I'm not sure if I'm able to lend the few hours. I won't know until morning. What is he planning?
Not sure.
I might have an idea.
Do you? What is this all about?
Willow
It's just an
hasn't
invitation and an
met
address.
the others yet.
Oh. This is just Miss Jasmine's mother meeting some of his staff. Is that all this is?
I think that it was what it is, and then he just thought to make it less intimidating for everyone to open it up to more people.
Intimidating, is it?
Well, I think for her, I don't really find it that intimidating, but
I'll consider it. I would like to come visit. An invitation from your father is a rare pleasure. But if I have a client that I simply cannot reschedule, well, business is business.
that's fair. I also
Depends
didn't know
how
that
my
this was
schedule
happening until he texted me, so.
Well, we'll see how it goes. I will try. If you still don't have a +1, I might offer you another one of my staff to be your entourage, if you don't mind.
I may try to pick one of the Guardian fellows, get them more, involved in the business.
But of course.
Tired of them constantly thinking military. You need to broaden a bit.
Need to know how to negotiate on the table.
They can negotiate. They're used to negotiating peace terms. Not corporate deals.
Could you please let our guests upstairs know that we'll be closing soon?
Of course.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
Thinking the gentleman I introduced you to, Ethan, a couple weeks back. Think I may get him, or at least try to.
Mr. Silver is doing very well with his deliveries, by the way. I'm thinking of testing him soon. Seeing if I can trust him with more delicate matters. Nothing extreme.
Good to hear that he is at least, meeting expectations.
Well, he's taken care of many of the more simple tricks, such as the deliveries around the city. Just opening a
Oh, I know why
portal
it's
for
out of
clients
character,
to
why
somewhere
it's
else,
last
the
minute,
short
but
and sweet
obviously
things, ones that
I'm
are
not
more
gonna say.
tedious for myself. But I think he's been doing very well.
We're back to where the boy has to go. No!
Being frank, I thought the morality of working under you would get to him.
We'll see.
In our work experience, he was what's that phrase? Common. Bleeding heart.
He seems to be the more heroic type to myself as well. Which is why I need to test him. The small things. The simple things. He's been doing well. But I can't keep the training wheels on forever. If it doesn't suit him, I'm making sure that it's something that I can clean up easily. He goes back down a step, or if it bothers him, he can move on. He's not past any point of no return or the like. I will have to give him a non-disclosure agreement, especially about some of my more sensitive facilities.
That is, to be expected.
Of course. A portal user with knowledge of my headquarters, that is a dangerous asset to have out in the wild.
I'm scared in Saphira. I don't know where I am. I'm lost, and it's not an excuse.
Take a bus.
People never cease to, entertain.
It's been very good for my mind. Having things like this. New ideas, surprises.
What's the phrase? All work and no play, makes you dull.
The stress of endless work. Things becoming too routine. It weighs on you after a while. Unhealthy.
Gray's chatting with a zombie lady.
I have to talk to him though. I can't leave without
There
him.
were more people up there than I knew.
Not
This is
leaving without him, just dragging me this way so when he gets here, that way you
Don't forget to call, dear. I look forward to dinner.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah.
You know, I could text him
Bye.
and see if he'd want to do coffee instead. Coffee would be better.
That one seems... I turn their head. Enjoy the entertainment.
Coffee instead. Oh, but kids don't really like coffee. Well, I do.
I think you do that for quite a few people, being frank.
Some show it more than
Maybe
others.
a cafe that has really good desserts.
Some do it in order to try to get my attention, try to get a free meal, free assets, free gifts. Some want it for the money. Others want the...
A cafe that has really good
status.
desserts.
Some,
And really good coffee.
the ones who
Well,
don't
I could
really
pretend to eat
want
the food.
anything.
Swallow it instantly, take about 10 chews to make it look
I
realistic.
can simply give them a
And then make sure to
happy memory.
throw it back up.
No strings attached.
Give the illusion that
It's
I'm
nice.
eating. That way I don't taste the grossness.
How do you put it? No ties like that. No,
I could do that.
No loose ends.
Pretend to eat it.
I like things being
Throw
clean.
it back up. That could work.
Besides, a night where someone rains a few compliments on me. I could use the confidence boost.
Just a really good cafe, but I order coffee. That could work.
Yes.
It's getting to that time.
Dance partner of yours, why are you worried about this?
Well,
Why would
because
your father be...
I've never had a friend my age. So I don't know how he
Alright.
would react to it.
She'd be happy.
I
You're making
guess.
friends. Yes? That's, of course. Children need friends. Children need to go out. Children need
He's
to have
used to me
lives.
having friends like him.
I know that's bad. That is bad. I am not risking your life for a child.
I know.
Exactly.
That's why I don't know
Having
how he'd
peers
react.
Your age, similar interests, similar schedules, is much healthier for you.
Not a group of retired soldiers.
Yeah, my birthday party
And
was really funny.
ex-convicts and corrupt businessmen, etc., etc., etc.
Did you hear about her birthday party?
I did.
We all went.
It was adorable. I wish I had gone.
Couldn't tell if it was a Guardian district meeting or a birthday party. It's kind of funny.
But, my dear, I'm afraid that we are closing.
Yeah, that's okay.
I do have to see to my other matters, my other schedules soon. I'm afraid that falls to you as well, Missy.
Now it's time to spectate. So the whole kid thing, chat, I'm planning to keep off screen unless Hal, as Malleus goes, I want to meet him. And then you'll actually meet the character. I already know who's gonna play as the character. Oh.
That was pleasant.
Hello.
Yeah.
Twas a time.
Very busy night for myself.
I got to talk to an actual like character that's like associated with the divine. I've been like waiting for that for like a year.
I got you. My lore for this character is really confusing though, so I'm really sorry. I've
How the
set
fuck
up
do you think
very
I feel?
differently. I have Heaven set up very weird. It is based on all Christian beliefs, but I have changed Heaven a bit.
Whoa.
So, my answers might not be the ones you're looking for precisely.
Did you like how every time you looked at me, I'd be looking away for a little bit, and then I'd just zero in on you, and then you'd turn and close your eyes?
So I would zone out. I zone out Israel a lot. So when I do, I've started just closing their eyes so I could zone out, but they'll just be like resting. So for a
But
good,
every
like,
time you
10-minute
every time you
chunk,
weren't
I
zoned
went-
out, I would just see you looking, and I'd literally go.
During the Geldir ramble, I started
for a good
scrolling
10
through Twitter.
Yeah.
Gee, I didn't know I was that fucking
Well,
bold.
no!
Fuck.
It's because
then-
no, because Pardu
and
out
then
of character. I've
and
heard
then
this
she was
story as
falling
like
asleep
3
in her
different
chair.
characters. I know this
Yeah.
story too well.
I took
She was
a
falling
10
asleep
to
in the chair,
15
and that's why
minute
she was, like,
sit
slumping
over
over.
near
I
the
noticed.
trees and like the raining spot, like way over there. And I was just sitting with my wings wrapped around me, fucking sleeping. Yuri took a power nap. You're Bro. I'm so sorry, you can hear my jingle ears.
It's fine. While y'all were
But yeah,
talking,
this is,
Stellaria
like,
was
day
like,
3 of like.
and you're about to go to a next one because you have the scene with
Yeah, I'm about to do
Love.
like an impromptu therapy session with a character. I should not be your source of stability. Geldir should not be your source of mental stability. Geldir should not be the one giving you advice in that regard.
Oh, everyone froze. Uh-oh. 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 Stream's fine, though. Well, I'm stuck in limbo. Shit. And if it dies, I can't join back in because the instance is closed. Yep. There we go. Away I go. Well, shit! Well. Oh, hey, Hal. In that fancy ass outfit. That's the gala outfit. Perfect. You got games on your phone? Exactly. Okay, then I need 3 forms of identity. I need his address, his social, and what he likes to do on the weekends.